Let's get this started. Hi, my name is Patrick Martinez, and my student candidate number is 1707. Moving forward into my next slide. Today, I will be discussing and explaining my first essential question, which is how does your product use or challenge conventions, and how does it represent social groups or issues? Well, throughout this film, we incorporated various types of shots. For the most part, we use medium shots and high angle shots, which is typically what's used in a sports drama movie or theme. As you can see in the background, this is a medium shot of Anderson, who is the main character in our film. He is walking with Roger, the antagonist, to meet the scout. We incorporated an antagonist, Roger, and the protagonist, Anderson, as well as a scout. We also incorporated a series of genre tropes. For example, the use of red and blue flags. This was done on purpose to visualize Roger as the antagonist and Anderson as the protagonist. The color red is usually associated with bad or dark, and blue is usually associated with good or light. We consider this throughout our film. Anderson's character was purposely created to be arrogant in almost any good sports drama movie that me and my team observed. There's almost always an arrogant persona or character. In our film, it was Anderson. Anderson challenges the stigma of the sports drama theme. Music also plays a big factor in sports dramas. Pretty much all sports dramas have some type of upbeat music to highlight the character's skills. Other things we hinted in this film was the use of lighting that we purposely made in the beginning more colorful to give the impression of the calm before the storm, and then ultimately dim the lighting down in intense moments such as the shove Anderson gives to Roger, his rival. We also incorporated a series of over-the-shoulder shots throughout the film to draw closer to the feeling of rivalry between Roger and Anderson. We felt like this rivalry and tension created between the two prospects would bring a more authentic and creative feeling to our film and give it that drama feeling to our sports drama. In the shot where Anderson gets knocked down by Roger, we use the high angle shot to make Anderson look as small as possible and make Roger look superior or better than Anderson, highlighting the favoritism in the film, making it pretty much clear that Roger was indeed the antagonist. One stigma that is often seen in not just sports drama films, but real life is coach favoritism. My team and I really, really wanted to highlight the point of favoritism in not just football, but in all sports. We incorporated a high angle shot of the scout crossing out Anderson's name and showing obvious favoritism towards Roger. This stigma is seen throughout various sports drama films, such as Waterboy, All American, and Blue Mountain State. In the end of the film, we close with a cliffhanger to purposely fit the stigma of most sports dramas. Most of our sports dramas have more than one part. Our goal was to leave the audience towards the end, wondering what Anderson was going to do after finding out he was being cut. That's pretty much it. Moving forward into my next and final slide. Here, I'll be discussing the social groups or issues addressed in this film. It's no secret that in today's world, we see and hear stories about players of all sports getting injured and never bouncing back or making a comeback. Our film is inspired by these stories in which people such as Anderson and other great athletes never come back from their injury and can never play the sport they love again. We drew inspiration from this film from the show All American, and more specifically, the character Asher Adams. Asher is a football kicker in the show that has been working his entire life to go D1 for American football, but his dreams were soon shattered as he has an accident on the field, and while in the hospital, they inform him that he has a heart disease that prohibits him from playing the game of football ever again. This is like very similar to our main character, Anderson's story, which is the goal that we were aiming for. And this pretty much concludes my first CCR. Thank you guys for having me.